Hi. Hey guys, how are you? I always get so nervous at these things. And yet I still keep doing them. Idiot, right? And of course, this guy doesn't really do its job. All right. Now it works. Perfect. Okay, hi, I'm Fred.
Hi, Fredrik.
Hi. How are you today? All right. It's beautiful to have you here. This is the kind of place I started my whole career in medical technology. I studied something called medical computer science in Vienna. And I had to learn German to do it. It's a long story. I'm from Sweden originally. But I studied that for 7 years. I led research projects and tried to commercialize them afterwards and realized, fuck, this is hard. There's more to building something amazing than just the medical computer science and engineering. I needed to get to know other people. And so I started a company to get to know other people. And we did hackathons like this in 30 countries. We were able to bring on people like the founders of Skype, a co-founder of Apple. That level and degree of people and expertise flew in to help new budding entrepreneurs out for a weekend or for a week. And that's where I broke down my walls, to also get to know people outside of my bubble of engineering. And thank you for being here to do the same. To break down that wall you have in your field of expertise and go outside of it and start working with the business people and engineers and designers and physicians and doctors and nurses, psychologists and patients that are here today. That's how change occurs. In 2018, that company was sold to Startup 300. And that was my second exit. Because I also did something else. But we'll get there soon. So I was asked to, tell some stories and inspire. But you can get that enough on blogs and bullshit blogs like TechCrunch and things like that. You can get some inspiration and ideas. That's fun, right? But I want to leave you primarily with one lesson. And that is this simple word, no. And I'll get to why. So let's talk medicine and medical technologies. I am 42 years of age. And at the age of 4, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Diabetes sucks. It does. It really sucks. And so we thought that, couldn't we make it suck less? And that became the mantra of a company called My Sugar, where we built a simple mobile app where all the data can live, and we make sense of that data for you in day-to-day life, not for your doctor, but for you. And then we added things from game development classes I did at the university, because I did a lot of things, and started working on the psychological aspects of living with diabetes, not just the data piece. And then we added devices. We integrated devices into that system. And we did things like calculate doses for insulin injections. And we integrated CGM sensors. And now this thing talks to my insulin pump, which I'm wearing here. And we added algorithms to find out when something is going wrong. And in that case, we had nurses that reached out to patients. And the company grew. It was integrated into the public and private healthcare systems of several countries and got reimbursed. But it's medicine, so you have to do regulations and stuff too. So we were the first app in diabetes to get CE marking, FDA approval, TGA, Health Canada. We had regulatory approval in over 60 countries. And we were 40 people. So you can do this stuff, even if you're an idiot like me. And now it's used by 4 million people. And it's not just used as a thing in therapy. It has had impact on people that goes beyond just HbA1cs and average blood glucose. Such an impact that people have tattooed the logo on their arms, several people. That is the impact that mobile health can have in people's lives. If you put the patient first and do the job and do a bit more of the job. All right. And that's how we started in a co-working space, right? 4 people. Our first audit with the German authorities was in a meeting room in a co-working space. It was 40 degrees. It was horrible, but it was fun. That's kind of one of the key lessons here, I hope. The auditors, the people you work with from the authorities that review your work, they're here to help you and your company. Once you get there and you need to get the approval to get onto the market, these auditors are your coaches. They help you do high-quality stuff. See it this way and your life is so much simpler. All right, just a little side note. And now 150 people work there, and with some creative mathematics and health economics, which is one of my fields. Before I left in 2018, we had helped save 100,000 years of life. Fuck. I never even finished my degree. And I could do this. What can you do? And then we sold the company to Roche in 2017. Wow. You are smarter than me. This is nothing in comparison to what you can do. And still I'm here to talk about no. We'll get there. But after we sold to Roche, and I started focusing on health economics, I learned of another bug in our healthcare system. $10. $10. What does that mean in healthcare? Where we talk about trillions. Nothing. And yet it turns out that if you have to pay even just $10, even just $10 to get access to medical care, 30% won't get that medication. They won't cash their prescription. They won't use the medication. And the effect of that, again, with a bit of creative health economics, is an increase in 26% in mortality due to $10. And still, we have a private healthcare system of $4 trillion per year. Do the math. It is embarrassing. And it won't change. Of course not. These are pillars of society. They are not made to change. It's really hard. Heck, when I did medical computer science, back in 2000 something, beginning of 2000s, we were talking about, finally, we have standards. They're not deployed yet. All right, so they won't change. So what we thought about that, all right, so we'll simply build an app, right? Integrate with every insurance in Germany to manage claims for people so that when they spend money, they can just throw it in via us to any insurance. And it turns out people kind of like having a third party at their side to help them out with things. And now we've managed over 25 million in claims in a year and a half. But it's not just that we're integrated as a claims management thing. We're a payment service and bank, which means we can also take care of the payment and transaction and reimbursement. The effect we strive for is to remove payment from healthcare. And so we became a payment service provider. Doesn't make sense, does it? Okay. And then we're integrating with pharmacists, opticians, etc. So you can simply let your insurance pay when you need access to medication, lenses, glasses, medical devices, treatments. We're integrating into hospital and care systems to do the same. Payment needs to be abolished. All right. So it seems to work. And of course, I'm now in France. I live in Austria nowadays. Here, I can't just let the insurance take care of things. I have to pay myself, so we're bringing out payment cards too, because, you know, as a bank, you can do these things. And still, I'm here to tell you no. The reason is simple. No is the most common answer you will get trying to work with industry, with regulators, with policymakers, with politicians, with patients, with physicians, engineers. Everyone is telling you no all the time, probably your wife or husband or children too. You will hear it so often. I am a serial entrepreneur in this field. I know my way around things. In 55 conversations with venture capitalists, 49 said no still when I was doing my seed round for this company. You will hear it so often. It doesn't matter how good you are, how smart you are, how beautiful you are, what your CV says, your PhD, your titles, your publication. You will hear no so often. Get used to it. And count on it. Learn from it. And decide what you do with that no. The only thing that will bring you through is your love of the problem you aim to solve. Unless you have that, do not build a medical technology company. Do not do it for money, because you may be an entrepreneur, right? You are involved in creating something new. Your job as an entrepreneur is to create the new, set the vision and mission, make it flourish, and potentially translate part of the value you create, life, into money, and that's your job. Love and grit and total lack of respect is what you need. No. Thank you. All right, so that's it. Bye, farewell, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Fredrik, for your energy. Thanks a lot, really.